Welcome back to WION World is One. You're watching Speed News with me, Vidut Kathuria. Let's get started. US President Donald Trump has said that Iran's leadership, led by Supreme Leader Khamenei, had called him seeking to negotiate after his threats of military action amid mass anti-government protests in the Islamic Republic. Trump said the meeting is being set up, however, added that we may have to act before a meeting. Iran's exiled Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi has urged protesters to swap Iranian flag at embassies and consulates with the one used before 1979. Meanwhile, Iranian rights groups say the authorities are committing mass killing in cracking down on the protests. US-based human rights activist agency said at least 544 people have been killed, even more are feared dead. The Iranian government ordered counter-rallies in a bid to regain the initiative. The protests, initially sparked by anger over the rising cost of living, have evolved into a movement against the theocratic system in Iran. Protests have swelled in recent days despite an internet blackout that Monitor Netblock says has lasted more than 84 hours. After toppling Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro, US President Donald Trump has threatened Cuba, asking Cuba to make a deal soon. Trump has, however, provided no details about what potential deal he referred to or what such an arrangement would achieve. Trump has pledged to cut off all oil money flowing to the island nation from Venezuela. Taking to his Truth Social, he said that for many years Cuba lived on large amounts of oil and money from Venezuela, and in return Cuba provided security services for the last two Venezuelan dictators, and that he will no longer allow it. Nicolas Maduro is living in captivity in the United States, but his loyalist civilian armed group Colectivos remains active in Venezuela. Colectivos have intensified their activities on the streets of Caracas. They are setting up roadblocks across the city, marking various entry points. Armed men on motorcycles say they are ready to defend Venezuela and to fight off any aggression. The group has so far pledged loyalty to interim President Delcy Rodriguez. It believes that Maduro was betrayed by his close allies. Venezuela's Interior Minister Diosdado Cabello holds significant influence over the group. US President Donald Trump has described himself as the acting president of Venezuela in a post on his social media platform, Truth Social. This has triggered fresh debate over Washington's role in the oil-rich South American nation. The unusual claim came weeks after the US carried out large-scale military strikes in Venezuela. During the operation, Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro and his wife were captured and transported to New York. Both are now facing indictments on narco-terrorism conspiracy charges. Trump has since said the United States would oversee Venezuela's administration until a judicious transition is achieved. UK and Germany are weighing plans to boost NATO's military presence in Greenland. The move will assert control over Arctic security after US President Donald Trump revived calls for American ownership of the island. Greenland, an autonomous territory within the Kingdom of Denmark, occupies a critical geostrategic position between North America and Europe. Greenland sits along emerging Arctic shipping routes that are becoming more accessible as climate change accelerates ice melt. Control over the Arctic has also become central to global competition for natural resources, including rare earths and hydrocarbons. The Trump administration has announced it will send hundreds of additional federal agents to Minneapolis, expanding the already significant law enforcement presence in the city. This decision comes as Minneapolis remains tense in the wake of the fatal shooting of a woman by an ICE officer, an incident that has sparked massive protests. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said that the extra officers are being dispatched this weekend to help ensure that immigration agents operating in the city can carry out their duties safely. Noem issued a stark warning to demonstrators, saying those who engage in violence or attempt to disrupt law enforcement operations will face criminal consequences. Israel says it has struck Hezbollah infrastructure in southern Lebanon following an evacuation warning for the village of Kafr Hatta. Lebanon's official news agency reports more than 10 strikes caused significant damage to local buildings. The attacks come days after the Lebanese army said it completed the first phase of a plan to disarm Hezbollah south of the Litani River, which is around 30 kilometers from the Israeli border. Ukraine's military has claimed to have carried out strikes on 3 Russian oil drilling platforms in the Caspian Sea. The Ukrainian military said the sites were being used to support Russian occupying forces. It has been confirmed that direct hits were achieved. An assessment of the damage is currently underway. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has highlighted the scale of Russian losses on the battlefield. In a message posted on social media platform X, Zelensky claimed Russian forces have been losing at least 1,000 troops every day since December. He described the situation as irrational, saying Moscow is paying a heavy price to simply prolong the war. Zelensky added that ending the conflict would require coordinated action by Ukraine's partners, including Europe and the United States. Russia continues to report territorial gains. TASS news agency, citing Russia's defense ministry, said Russian forces captured 6 settlements between December 31st and January 11th during the New Year period. Earlier, Russia's chief of the General Staff, General Valery Gerasimov, told President Vladimir Putin that Russian troops had taken control of 334 settlements over the past year. This amounts to more than 6,600 square kilometers of territory. A Japanese mining ship has departed for a remote coral atoll to probe mud-rich in rare earths. This is part of Tokyo's drive to curb its reliance on China for critical minerals as Beijing tightens supply. The month-long mission of the test vessel Chikyu near Minamitori Island will mark the world's first attempt to continuously lift rare earth-sieved sludge from 6 kilometers deep onto a ship. The vessel, with 130 crew and researchers, is scheduled to return to the port on February 14th. Hong Kong's High Court is set to hear mitigation pleas in the national security case. The case against pro-democracy media tycoon Jimmy Lai is in its final stage before sentencing in a trial. Heavy security was in place as a correctional services convoy arrived at the court complex, guarded by police including counter-terrorism officers. Mitigation hearings for all defendants begin at 10 a.m. local time and are expected to last 4 days, with sentencing to follow later. Supporters have been lining up outside the court for days in hopes of seeing Lai. The founder of the now defunct Apple Daily was convicted last month on charges including colluding with foreign forces under Hong Kong's national security law. Lai denies all charges and could face life imprisonment. Sudan's Prime Minister Camille Idris has announced that the government is returning to Khartoum after nearly 3 years in the wartime capital Port Sudan. Speaking in the capital, Idris said the government of hope aims to restore services, rebuild hospitals, improve education. Additionally, government aims to upgrade electricity, water and sanitation for citizens affected by the conflict between the army and rapid support forces. In Bangladesh, the Police Bureau of Investigation has recommended exonerating ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and 112 others after failing to trace the injured in a case. The case was filed over the attempted murder of Shahid Ali and 9 others during the July uprising. The PBI submitted the final report to the court on November 5th, citing information mistake. Former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan's party has claimed that security forces used shelling to disperse supporters during a rally in Karachi. The Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf has been calling for Khan's release. Authorities had approved a gathering at Bagh-e-Jinnah Park, but the party cited delays in receiving the permit and announced a last-minute shift to the Mazar-e-Qaid area. Despite this, supporters gathered at the venue where they reported police intervention. PTI leaders alleged shelling was used as police moved to break up the crowds. Several media vehicles were vandalized after coverage was halted. Thousands of supporters of Nepal's ousted royal family marched through the streets demanding the restoration of the monarchy ahead of the upcoming March elections. This marked the first pro-monarchy rally since September of last year, following Gen Z protests that led to the fall of KP Sharma Oli's government. Unlike last year's demonstration, which resulted in 2 deaths, this rally was largely peaceful. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz have jointly inaugurated the International Kite Festival 2026 at the Sabarmati riverfront in Ahmedabad. The 2 leaders participated in the festival as part of Chancellor Merz's first official visit to India, highlighting the blend of cultural celebration and diplomatic engagement between the 2 nations. Visuals from the event show both leaders interacting with participants and enjoying the vibrant festivities. Both leaders also flew kites together during the event. In India, Andhra Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister Pawan Kalyan has earned himself a unique honor in the field of Japanese martial arts. The actor-politician has reportedly been formally inducted into the ancient art of Kenjutsu, the traditional discipline of Japanese swordsmanship. Kalyan has been awarded the 5th Dan, which is high mid-level black belt rank in Japanese and Korean martial arts. The award is said to be a rare global honor. In India, northern regions are battling severe cold. In Delhi and the surrounding areas, temperatures have dropped sharply, with early morning readings falling to around 3 degrees Celsius or lower in several localities. The cold wave is expected to continue over the next few days, prompting the Weather Office to issue a yellow alert for the national capital. Dense fog is also reducing visibility across Delhi NCR and neighbouring states, including Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh. Asian markets opened higher on Monday, tracking record gains on Wall Street. This comes after a strong US jobs report which showed a drop in unemployment, signalling continued labour market resilience. Investors are also watching oil prices closely as unrest in Iran enters a third week. Adding to uncertainty, US President Donald Trump is reportedly weighing intervention options. Australia's ASX 200 edged higher, while South Korea's Kospi jumped over 1%. Hong Kong and China markets were flat, while Japan remained closed amid fresh election speculation. Oil prices were mostly steady on Monday as markets weighed rising geopolitical risk against potential new supply. Brent crude hovered near $63 a barrel, while US crude held just above $59 after both logged their biggest weekly gains since October. Investors are watching Iran closely as protests intensify. Analysts warn unrest could threaten up to 1.9 million barrels per day, especially if oil shipments through the Strait of Hormuz are disrupted. President Donald Trump is expected to meet advisors this week to discuss options on Iran capping gains. Venezuela is preparing to resume oil exports after political upheaval, with up to 50 million barrels expected to be shipped to the US soon. Spot gold surged more than 1% on Monday, climbing to a fresh all-time high of $4,563 an ounce, marking its first record peak of 2026. The rally was driven by strong safe haven demand as geopolitical tensions remain elevated and investors react to a weaker than expected US jobs report released on Friday. That data has strengthened expectations that the Federal Reserve could begin cutting interest rates sooner than anticipated. Lower rate prospects typically boost gold's appeal as the metal offers no yield. With uncertainty lingering across global markets, investors are continuing to shift toward gold as a hedge against economic and political risk. The US dollar pulled back on Monday after reports that US prosecutors have opened a criminal investigation into Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, intensifying tensions between the Fed and the Trump administration. The dollar index slipped about 0.3%, snapping a 5-day winning streak. Analysts say the public clash between the White House and the Fed is weighing on confidence in the greenback. The dollar weakened against most major currencies, including the euro, yen, pound, and yuan. Markets are now looking ahead to US inflation data this week and the Fed's policy meeting later this month for further direction. US President Donald Trump has said that he plans to speak with billionaire Elon Musk about restoring internet access in Iran. Iran has imposed a nationwide internet blackout for 4 days amid widespread anti-government protests. Trump said Musk's SpaceX and its Starlink satellite service could help restore connectivity. The internet blackout has severely limited information flow as Iran faces its biggest protests since 2022. The protest began on December 28 over soaring prices and later turned against Iran's clerical leadership. Instagram has denied any data breach after some users received suspicious password reset emails. The company said it fixed an issue that allowed an external party to trigger password reset requests for some accounts. Instagram said no user data was stolen and users can ignore the reset emails. The clarification follows a claim by antivirus firms Malwarebytes that data from 17.5 million Instagram accounts had been compromised and offered for sale on the dark web. Virat Kohli led India to a 4-wicket win over New Zealand in the first ODI. Put into bat first, New Zealand posted 300 for 8 with Daryl Mitchell top scoring with 84. India's chase got off to a shaky start when opener Rohit Sharma fell for 26. Kohli and Shubman Gill then steadied the innings. Kohli anchored the chase with a superb 93, hitting 8 boundaries and a 6. With his 77th ODI, half-century, Kohli overtook Sri Lanka's Kumar Sangakkara to become the second highest run scorer in international cricket across all formats. India lead the three-match series 1-0. In football, Barcelona edged past Real Madrid in a 5-goal thriller to win back-to-back Spanish Super Cups. The match in Jeddah was a rematch of last year's final between the two fierce rivals. Rafinha opened the scoring for Barcelona in the 36th minute. First half stoppage time produced high drama with 3 quick-fire goals, leaving the sides level at the break. Rafinha struck again in the 73rd minute to seal the win for the Catalans. The win marked a 16th Spanish Super Cup triumph for Hansi Flick's side. The music world is in mourning following the death of Bob Weir, the rhythm guitarist, vocalist and co-founder of the Grateful Dead. He died at the age of 78. According to a statement from his family, Weir died peacefully, surrounded by loved ones after a courageous battle with cancer and subsequent lung issues. Fans across India and Nepal are reeling from the sudden death of singer and actor Prashant Tamang, who passed away on January 11th at the age of 43. The Indian Idol Season 3 winner and Patal Lok actor reportedly suffered a cardiac arrest at his residence in Delhi.